Hey there, it's Sally. I'm starting a new altered book. So I've had this book in my bookcase for a very long time. I was an antique dealer for years and years, and so this book on refinishing and fixing furniture has been around. Everything in here I pretty much know, or methods are outdated, but it's in good shape. So what I did was I went through and glued 3 pages together and then cut 3 pages out, glued 3 together, cut 3 out, and I did I think about 5 sets in the front, and then I went to the back and worked from the back. That way I didn't end up with a lot of cuts together, and I'm not even sure that that's the way it would have worked, but it seemed logical in my head at the time. Anyway, that's what I did. So I am going to work on this cover, and I'm not sure when I will get this particular video posted, but my Fun Fast Friday for this week is all about free substrates, what you can use, where you can find them, and that kind of thing. And this kind of goes right along with that, because it's not just a substrate, it's an entire book. So upcycling or altering a book to turn into a journal to just play in or experiment in. Can get books at your library or your thrift store, Goodwill, Friends. Most of mine came from my attic for next to nothing. So might as well give them a new life. I know a lot of people don't like to deface a book. In my opinion, unless it's a collectible book, a very old book, a book that's worth a lot of money, that's another story. Especially if it's a really old book in really excellent condition, I would not do this to it. But a book like this, I think this is from the 40s. It's just an informational type of book. Nobody was ever going to use it again. And so now I am. So I don't see that as defacing. I just see that as giving it a new life, bringing happiness to the book. Make the book happy. Make me happy. It's free. Anyway, so I am going to do this cover. I pulled out my homemade texture paste that was from Fun Fast Friday. That was the first one. And if you watch that video, I'll put an iCard up for it. That's when I made this, and it was pretty loose. So this morning I stirred in about 3/4 of a cup of calcium carbonate that I have here for making chalk paint, and that thickened it up quite a bit, so I think that's going to work better. So I'm just going to start by putting a coat of white gesso on this cover, and then we'll let that dry, and then we can go on. I want to put some cardboard on here just to get some dimension and texture here, but I know I also want to use my texture paste through a stencil. Okay, I'm going to give these 2 a try. This will come later. So I think I'm going to go with this is a Andy Skinner Alphabet Spaghetti. And I'm just going to put it all over. And I'm going to keep this layer fairly thin because I know I'm going to put stuff on top. So I'm putting it on, putting it on, and then really scraping a lot of it off the surface, just leaving that flat layer down inside the stencil opening. Okay, this is kind of dry, but I'm going to let it dry longer. But I put the circle, use the circle stencils in texture paste right there along the bottom, sort of overlapping the letters. And then I think you can see the letters. So I am going to go have lunch and let this dry for an hour or so, and then I'll be back and we'll start throwing some color at it. Okay, this is all dry now. Kind of wishing maybe I had done the same thing over here, but I'm just going to play and do something else over there. So right now, here, I have several colors of Distress ink, and I think I'm just going to start with Cracked Pistachio. And just put this around the edges. I'm gonna spray it up there and see if I can't get some drips going. Oh yeah, see? You can see that, right? I love it. I'm gonna go this way. I like that. I'm going to see if I can get that dried off before it changes. Alright, you can see that it dried quite a bit lighter than it was before I dried it. So I'm thinking I still want it darker than that, so I'm going to get real brave here. And I'm going to grab Walnut Stain. Walnut Stain. I'm just going to use this same green one. My hope is that I can get it to, oh, scary, to run down. Let's just try that much. I want it to run down in the creases and give me, I didn't really want to cover up, grab a paper towel. I didn't want to cover up all my color, but wanted to expose all those letters a little bit more. We may end up just doing this in Oh, there goes my texture paste. Well, doggone it. Well, that's not good, huh? Too wet. Too much water. So that's good to know. Too much water on that homemade texture paste recipe lifts the texture paste. So that was unexpected. So now I think I have to be done with my water. And I really wanted to, this is wet in the middle. I don't want to lift any more paste off of there. I'm going really lightly. Not at all turning out like I was expecting it to. Shit happens. Alright. Regrouping. This wasn't going to be just the end of it anyways. So, not a terrible thing that happened. Actually, it's kind of a good thing because now I know. I don't know if commercially available texture paste does that or not. I just don't know. I'm going to do this. So much for all those pretty colors, right? That's alright. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to get a baby wipe instead of the paper towel. I know more water, I don't know, more wet. Might not be the best thing to do, but I'm doing this. I wanted to put that corrugated cardboard on here anyway, so that can just get covered up with a piece of cardboard. That's not a problem. I wasn't sure, as usual, of what exactly I was going for here. I was just going for it, so let me dry that. I like that better, at least I can see the letters. Since I have it all over my hands already, anyway, I think I am going to go over this now with the wild honey. Bring some warmth back because it just got kind of gray. And hopefully that'll come off of my hand. Hopefully. Okay, I like that. I'm thinking I'll come back with the, what is this called? Worn lipstick. It was something lipstick. Just maybe around these edges. Go with that. And then I'm going to put some of the gray blue out here. Yes. I like that. Okay. I'm going to dry that off really, really, really good now. Get some color transfer from the ink, and I realize that. That's okay. I'm just going to move that ink a little bit. As long as I'm still seeing my letters, which I am, I'm okay with that. Because I'm going to put more stuff on here, so I'm just going to make sure that I have it a little bit thicker in these areas where that texture paste came up, just to kind of seal it in there a little better. All right. I'm going to try Prussian Blue Hue, Fluid Acrylic, just putting some on my mat, and clean off my brush, and I'm going to use my matte medium because the fluid acrylics have a tendency to be a little shinier than I like, so I'm just going to mix some matte medium in with that and water that down even more than what it was. Here we go with more water on top. We'll see if that clear gesso does the trick. I'm liking that. Okay, I'm going to dry that so those drips kind of stay where they are, and then I'm going to go from the bottom up. Okay, now I'm going to put some down here on this corner, just like that. Just like that. Alright, let me get rid of let that drip the other direction just a bit. I don't want it to totally merge, but I like that just the way that is. I love the color. I love the way it mixed in here. Yep. Sometimes you just have to keep experimenting until finally you'll hit on something that you like. Which is what I just did. Which is how I usually do things. Like, oh, let's try this. Oh, let's try that instead. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And you got to be okay with knowing that going in. That maybe this will work and maybe this will ruin it. Nothing really ruined it. You just have to do something different. Try something else. And I'm just going to put that aside for a few and let it finish drying, because I'm going to bring these cardboard pieces in. I still want to use the cardboard. And I'm just going to put some of this Russian blue hue on these pieces. And then I'm going to spray them. And just move that paint a little bit. And I'm going to take the wild honey, put a bunch down on my mat, spray that, and I'm going to drag these through and let those ridges pick up some of that color. Getting green now, so I'm going to wipe that off. Most of that yellow off. And I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put some of the pistachio. See if I get a little bit of lightness here. Yeah, like that. Yep. That's good. I'm just pushing those ridges, those corrugated ridges down into the ink. I like that. A little more. No water this time, because I don't want it to be as diluted as the yellow. So I was going to put this up here, but I don't want to cover that up. I think this has got to go there. And that one there. And I think I might make this one smaller now, because I don't want to cover up quite as much as I was going to cover up before. I do still like to do things in bits of 3. I'm just hitting those raw edges that I just exposed when I tore that with the Prussian blue. Alright, so these extra bits will be used somewhere else another day. In the tray they go. This is the tray that just as I work, I just throw stuff in here, leftovers from projects, little bits and pieces of stuff that I want to use. This is pretty cool. This came from the underside of, you know, the seal on my tub of white gesso. And it just looks like a big moon to me with craters and stuff. So it's all completely dry. That'll go somewhere at some point. So anyways, stuff just gets thrown in there, and then occasionally I'll go through and pick out the bigger pieces and put them into my file folders. So I just grabbed my heavy, super heavy matte gel. I'm going to put those cardboard pieces down with that. I'm just going to press down in between the corrugated ridges so I don't totally smash them flat. I'm going to keep that texture, which is the whole reason behind corrugated cardboard. Coax those back up so that they're standing up some more. Hey everybody, it's a fairly nice day here. I'm on the north coast of Ohio on the lake, Lake Erie, and it's just been rainy and chilly, and we've got a fairly nice day. I'm just hearing everybody's lawnmowers going out there, thinking I probably should be out there doing that instead of this, but oh, tomorrow's another day. Maybe it'll be even warmer tomorrow. I think it's just high 60s right now, so maybe if it gets to 70 tomorrow, that'll be a better lawn mowing day. I'm really liking this. I hope you're enjoying this, even through my fails and mistakes and corrections and whatnot. I'm just going to go just on this, the edge of this. I'm not going to cover the whole thing, but just as a little, especially since it's on the cover, it's going to see a fair amount of wear and tear and abuse. So I'm just going to go along the edge here, give it a little extra reinforcement. So the nice thing about the matte is it's not going to change the sheen of what I already have going here. It's just going to dry matte, which is what I wanted. I think this side of the cover is done. I may at some point decide that I want to do some more to it, but right now I'm going to leave it alone because I don't want to lose any more texture paste off of there. So once this was really good and dry, I took some gold pigment ink and just hit it here and there. I don't know if you can even see it there on that top corner. Across the top a little bit and a little bit down here in the corner, and then across the tops of the corrugated cardboard, they're just the ridges. And then I ran my Stabilo pencil just around these edges, and then down in this crease. This was quite light compared to the cover, So I just wanted to kind of grunge that up a little bit and blend it in. So I just used the Stabilo to do that. So that's it for the front cover. I hope you enjoyed watching the process of creating this altered book, getting it ready to do some projects inside, which should be fun, and then decorating the front cover. So if I do the back cover, I may bring you along, or I just might show you in a later video what I did to it. Yeah, there it is. That's what I did to it. I just painted it, put some stamps on it, and added a little bit of the same gold that I used on the front cover. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and let me know if you use altered books and what your favorite techniques are. And in the meantime, go make some art. Bye.